Hey y'all, welcome back to Robe Trotting. My name is Derek, this is Mike, and we are Americans living in Denmark, and today we're going to take a look and react to some memes about Denmark.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that we've discovered is that there's no shortage of fun little memes coming to living in Denmark, living in Copenhagen, and we'll share some of our favorites and some of our favorite creators actually that have created some of these fun memes and TikToks and Reels and they'd like to share with you guys.
Yeah, so make sure you check out these creators and we'll go through them and let you know who they are, and let's start with the reactions.
That's it.
Here is the first one. Of course, it's...
I think there's probably no shortage, especially of Danish language foreigner memes, and I'm more interested in figuring out where all these random paintings come from. Like this woman here, like what were they trying to capture her essence of 400 years ago?
I think it can't even be a real painting, right? Like it's definitely a fake.
Could be a fake
image. Yeah, I don't know, but either way, the point is we're having a good laugh at the Danish vowels, and they're definitely hard to say. Yeah. I'm not particularly good at Danish, famously, but the vowels are probably one of the hardest parts.
It is.
Yeah.
It is one of the hardest. And that's kind of what we all look like when we're trying to say them. I think the Danes make it look more natural. As foreigners, not so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely...
The moment when you clear your throat and your Danish friend agrees. Honestly, kind of going back to the vowels, they sort of all sound like something that you might make when you're clearing your throat, perhaps.
I mean, also, like certain little Danishisms, like a little "no" can kind of sound like you're clearing your throat, or the classic, the inhale... kind of thing, like it just sounds like you're clearing your throat a little bit and you're having a conversation, and you may just and Safuli comes back at you because that's how it goes.
Yeah, still my favorite word in Danish because it sounds like you're gonna chip your tooth on it, but you don't.
You don't, and yeah.
So a lot of these first ones are kind of making fun of the Danish language, which that's a lot of the content on the internet does.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just like the cat that's trying to do, and that's kind of what I think I look like when I'm trying to say, jag vill gärna ha,
But with this one, this is very close to what we would do in Danish class. We would often be told, like, our teacher would draw a picture of where you should put your tongue. I think it's probably really interesting for Danes who just learned the language by, being Danish to know what we go through in Danish class. But yeah, very often it would just be the teacher drawing a picture of a mouth so that we knew where to put our tongue in our mouth when we pronounced and made certain sounds.
I know for the soft D.
Genius.
For the soft D, you have to have the tongue like literally there'd be a drawing from the side of the mouth when your tongue kind of goes up because it's not a L, it's a D.
Yeah. So a lot of just learning where to put your tongue in your mouth.
That's Danish in a nutshell.
Yes. Yeah. This is also something we did in Danish class.
So my favorite thing is, and I love explaining this to Danes, on how you learn Danish in Danish class, because literally the first day of class, we'll put a word like "selvfølgelig" up on the board, and then proceed to cross out all the letters that you don't really say in a word like "selvfølgelig."
Yeah, it was actually an activity that we did quite often, where we would have, a sentence in front of us, and the teacher would read the sentence and we would just cross out every letter in every word that we didn't hear. And I don't exactly know how that was helpful, but I guess...
it tells you what you're getting ready for. I remember the very first time I flew to Copenhagen, I was taking the metro from the airport to the city center, and you can see on there all the different stops you're going on. And I remember seeing the different names in there and in my mind thinking how they're going to be pronounced, and then hearing the announcer come over and I'm like, Lærgrevsparken and Lægersparken. And Amager.
Ama.
Yeah. So, and then was my first moment of realizing that Danish isn't going to be
It's not going to be easy.
No. I learned Spanish in high school, and Spanish, basically how it's written, you pronounce it. I assume it's how Danish was going to be, and the answer is not.
Yeah, so pronouncing every letter in a word, we don't do that here.
We don't do that here. I saw this one pop up on my feed recently, and this
CPHForeignerMemes is by far, if you guys aren't following CPHForeignerMemes, especially if you live in Copenhagen, but even if you live elsewhere in Denmark, or you just understand Danish culture, language, weather, everything, This is one of my favorite accounts to follow.
Yeah, absolutely. They capture the essence of what it is being a foreigner in CPH. And this one also
and just
captures
Denmark in general. But this one captures it. This is it.
This is how I feel if suddenly I'm standing with a group or sitting at a table and it's just Danish all around me and I feel like I'm just the chair, or I'm just kind of there.
I've gotten really good though at pretending along, so people think that I'm really like you kan forstå. Yeah. But I'll just kind of go like drop in our favorite word, like yeah, selvfølgelig. Yeah. No. Yeah. Hvorfor? Just drop in little things to make it seem like I'm following along. However, I think that actually the best way to get out of this situation is to actually just start speaking Danish, because when I start speaking Danish, then everybody switches over to English.
Yes.
So, I mean, very funny meme, but actually impractical. The best advice, if everybody is speaking Danish and you're not really at a level yet where you can follow along, is just start speaking Danish yourself, and they'll quickly move back over to English.
De kan ikke forstå.
They don't want to hear your Danish, yeah.
Nej.
Okay.
So, we have friends, family, people that are educated, traveled, worldly.
Yeah.
Repeatedly, when we mention, we're living in Copenhagen, Denmark, and their response is, are you learning Dutch?
Yeah, like, you have a master's degree in communications, and you're very intelligent, but somehow mix up Danish and Dutch. I honestly think it's just because of the similarities in... Well, they both start with D, okay? That's why. That's basically why. It's because they both start with D. I think the same happens with Switzerland and Sweden.
I know. I hear people say that one too, and I giggle. I giggle on that one.
Yeah. Or even domestically between like Iowa, Idaho, Indiana, Illinois.
Your mind kind of spins off and you don't realize it. But for some reason, Dutch Danish happens all the time, and this one cracks me up.
Come on, y'all. It's not that hard.
It's not that hard. Okay, so now we're going to get some TikToks.
So this is actually one of my favorite accounts to follow. So if y'all need somebody to follow on TikTok, Instagram for real short-form content, this is it. This is SheIsLostInIkea.
So I think it's time to start gatekeeping baseball from Scandinavians. Do y'all even know what an inning is? No.
So I have to say, I literally grew up in a place that are filled with Yankees fans.
Yeah.
And I think I see more Yankee hats in Europe than I ever saw in my hometown. I just think it's like the perfect accessory, and we can thank Jay-Z, I think, for this. He made a Yankee hat more famous than a Yankee cap.
Wow, yes. It's got bars today, Mike's got bars. So, baseball caps are kind of hilarious, but I think it's also because I've heard from multiple people, not just Danes, but just Europeans in general, or non-Americans, I guess I should say, that think New York Yankees logo is actually like a New York City logo, and that it's almost like getting a t-shirt or like a sweatshirt that says Rome when you go to visit Rome. It's almost like that kind of thing of like a tourist, because they are first. If you go to New York City, which a lot of people do, you can buy a Yankees cap like on the street, and usually they're the knockoff ones for like $10. And yeah, I could see how you would think that it was just like the New York City logo or something, but I have heard people say that. I've heard people say that they think the B on a Boston's Red Sox cap is a Berlin logo. I thought it was Berlin. I've had somebody say that to me, so it is kind of cute. It's kind of funny. But also, like, you should, maybe learn a little bit about baseball if you want.
I guess.
To get a Yankees.
And I'm not one to say that you have to learn the intricacies of the infield fly rule to be able to wear a Yankee hat or any other baseball team. But it's also the differences in fact. I mean, it's less common to wear a hat just as a hat. Like in the U.S., if I don't feel like doing my hair, you put on a hat.
Yeah, all the time.
And it's usually going to be a sports team hat. You're going to wear a hat that's, for a team that you follow. But what's funny is like my teams are kind of obscure for Europeans. So if I see somebody wearing one of my teams, I know they're an actual fan because people aren't just lining up to get a...
They're not a Buffalo Sabres.
No, they're not looking for...
Fan for... Yeah.
Buffalo hat.
Yeah. But yeah, so She Is Lost in IKEA. Fantastic follow. You won't be disappointed. Okay, it's almost baseball season. It's almost spring, summertime. This one, another one from CPHForeignerMemes. I totally agree with this one. Yes. I don't know why I get so sunburned living in Denmark. I don't know if it's the lack of sun the rest of the year, that it's just coming to me in spurts. I don't know.
No.
I get so red though.
Is it somehow being further north, we're like closer to the sun somehow? Or
is it ozone depletion? I don't know.
But honestly, like I will get a bigger sunburn spending an afternoon in Eastensbrugge than a summer holiday in Spain. Maybe it's that we're used to putting sunscreen on elsewhere, but it just feels like you can feel that. But
I usually remember to wear sunscreen, but I don't know. Get sunburned for just spending a couple hours outside once the sun is out.
Yes.
I don't know why it's so strong here. It's like the sun from Mario Brothers that chases
follows you around.
Yeah. It's that sun.
It's that sun.
Yeah.
Probably true.
So this one.
Speaking of sun.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
That's me looking. Because I don't...
No, literally,
I don't wear sunglasses every day.
The sunglasses, they're in the closet. You kind of keep them away because, you don't need them every day. Actually, it's funny. I went for a run the other day, and it was super sunny. When I was out there, I was like, crap, I wish I had my sunglasses because it's, sunny.
Aw, shucks. But it is true. I don't, when we lived in the U.S., right, I would basically keep my sunglasses next to my car keys or next to my house keys by the door because I was pretty much grabbing them every day. But here it's maybe once every 30 days, so I don't...
part of it is we don't drive here. Like in the U.S., we would drive, so you'd have your sunglasses with you to go driving, but...
It's never it's just never that wicked sunny until it is, and then you don't have them.
Yeah.
But, okay, I feel this one. I feel this one a lot. Yeah. I never use cash though. I never use cash.
No, I use it about every 6 weeks when I get my hair cut. It's about the only time I use cash in Denmark. Yeah. And we've talked about this on our channel before, and some people say, "Oh no, I use cash. Some people do, but so I forget this statistic does exist. It's not in my head right now, but the overwhelming majority of transactions in Denmark take place without cash. Absolutely.
So when you do, for some reason, pay for something in cash,
I remember we sold something on Facebook Marketplace a few months ago when they paid us in cash, and I was kind of like, what am I going to do with this?
You save it for your haircut.
But
if you try to spend it in between, it's like people look at you like you have three heads when you go and pay for something, and then you've got coins, and it's a whole thing.
Right. Actually, I remember we were during the World Cup, we were betting on some games. We were doing it at the kiosk rather than doing it on the
cash.
And you cash. That's the only other time I think we needed cash.
Yeah.
It's just funny when I'm standing in line and someone's using cash at the grocery store. I'm kind of like,
it's like
what are you doing? It's funny. I think for the money here, I definitely have more euro coins than kroner coins. I don't have them, and in fact, the novelty. My dad uses a 10 krona for marker when he plays golf. That's how little we value cash in our house, I guess.
This is intermediate. I'm beginner.
Yes,
thank you.
Well done. Look at you being meme worthy.
We do. We have fun on those short form apps, but
this is real.
I struggle, but it's not.
When you go to the grocery store, you're kind of programmed, there's always going to be the transaction. You go through, blah, 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 and then you pay, and they're going to say, "Tani, I talk." And then sometimes...
Maybe you'll get, "Han good day."
Yes. But it's always the trouble...
You know what to say, and when you don't get what you think you're gonna get.
But the have a good day, that one always kind of throws you off. And I've multiple times.
Sometimes you don't expect that one.
I don't expect that one. And multiple times I've responded to have a good day with no thank you because like I'm so programmed to say
have a good day, night talk. But you think they're asking if you want the receipt.
Correct. Like I'm just ready to like hop on. It's like
it's tricky. It's tricky. Have a good day. No thanks.
Alles sammen? Oh.
Okay.
Can we do all 9?
Yeah, these ones happen a lot. So,
yes.
Okay, yes, and no, I don't bike to work when it's stormy. And
the middle top one, the nothing is always funny. Like
nothing, they don't speak to you.
Don't speak to you at all. Yeah, that's a good one.
That's fairly fairly common.
Like the chair meme switching to flawless English. Right. The friend until after 5 years. It is tough to get in the
5 years will get you. Will get 5 years.
You're definitely.
You should at least be.
You might get invited to the house.
You might be called a friend.
You might be called a friend then. Yeah. The welcome flow. That's always up there. Oh, you're learning Danish. Can you say welcome flow?
Yeah.
Night talk. No. Beige or black? Absolutely. Beige rarely.
Beige mostly
black.
Mostly black.
Black. Did you find an apartment? Ugh. No, I'm living on the street, but yeah, it was a pain.
But also, it's hard.
It's hard. Copenhagen, I seen fluid. Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
It's true. See, they don't get out of the city either, I guess. Yeah. And then make eye contact with you only after 3. There is the 3 beer rule where there's 2 different levels of socialization before and after the 3rd beer.
And seeing fewer places in Denmark, I also feel like a Dane will always tell you, "Oh, you should go to."
Blah, blah, blah.
Name a place. But then if you talk to a different Dane and say, "Oh yeah, I went to whatever the first person told you to go to," they're like, "Oh, why did you go there? That place is terrible. You should go here instead." It's like, yeah.
I think it's just a game.
It's just a game. It's like whack-a-mole. It's what it is.
It's like, oh, I've been to Violet. Oh, you should go to Violet. You should go to this.
Yeah. Oh, I've been to Arrow. No, you should go to Arrow. You should go to Boyd Home. Oh,
okay. Yeah, I think you're just the key is you're never going to win.
It's hard to please everyone. Or anyone.
Apparently.
Yeah. And next we have another short form video. This is probably a video maybe you've already seen because I think it's got over 1 million views as a reel, as a TikTok. And if you're not following this account, LoudExpat or Martini a Day, start doing it. Okay, so again, all these creators, we have their links in the description or flashing them on the screen, but let's watch this one. It's really good. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. So I mean, where's the lie? Yeah,
it's real.
And who wouldn't be happy in that outfit?
I mean, one of the cutest things here in Denmark are the little onesies the little kids wear as they're kind of going around from the Vuggestude and the Bornholm, going around, and like. It's so cute. Like, they're in these big puffy jackets kind of waddling around. I never kind of would have expected that to be a adult item as well. But
it is.
It is. And I get it. It's comfortable. And who cares?
I think you should be able to do, wear, or say anything that you enjoyed doing, wearing, or saying as a child for the rest of your life, too. Why not? And this is proof. Why? And apparently it makes people happy, and
that's a good thing.
Now we get it. And who cares what you look like?
They're not going to talk to you anyways.
No. Let's just let it fly.
Let it go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a good one. I know as a geography nerd, you love this. We followed the Whiskey War very closely. I hope that you did too.
And you watched a video about it as well.
And you maybe watched our video about it. We do have a video on the Whiskey War. But yeah, I mean, those Canadians are so nice and so trusting that they just let Denmark come along and say, like, we want half of this island.
Correct. I mean, going the other way too.
Denmark,
I mean, Denmark would have argued that it always should have been Danish, so
true.
It went that way instead.
So I guess the it just depends on which side of the island
you believe.
You're believing.
Yeah, good job, Denmark. You made
or good job, Canada. Perhaps.
Correct. You made Canada 1 square kilometer smaller.
You know what? Yes, I'm neutral on this. What do I know?
Whatever. But hey, at least now Denmark and Canada each get a second border.
And and so everybody's
You know what?
happy. And I can say that Canadians are good neighbors. So
Exactly.
yeah.
And now we can be neighbors with them twice.
Yes!
Both of our home countries
fantastic.
border Canada now. I think
Yes.
it's a win.
Our country of origin and our country of residence borders Canada.
Both.
How lucky are we?
How lucky are we?
All right, and you can be just as lucky if you want to keep watching our reaction to Danish memes. We've got another video of Danish memes right here, even funnier, even better, and even more us. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hi.